Time for me to visit to newegg.com.
Alright, we're getting started.
I don't know. I think your mic's up a little too loud, Cap.
I might just be too close to it. Either way, the race countdown has ended. We are just waiting for Twitch to catch up with us.
Yuna is on the US card. Opting for that Freedom Cape.
Jimmy's going with the Japanese cart to save however much time it is. He's going to save some time out of save boxes. He's even into Yoshi's Island 2, just a little early, I guess. Granted, his timer is a little ahead too, so.
Yuna goes for the free one-up.
No harm in getting the swag one up. Shell's not the swag version anyway. It's Yoshi's Island 2. There's not much going on.
Pretty much.
If you want to make people excited, go for the spin jump one up and hope you don't screw up. Spoiler alert is you will probably screw it up.
No matter how many times I've tried it, I've always screwed it up.
It's worth practicing just for fun. It's a strat that's useful in Kaizo. Either way, here comes the box jumps.
Made it past the box jump.
The hardest part of the level. Ooh, Jimmy.
I didn't catch what happened. What happened?
I believe when he was jumping up to the fire flower, he just went a little too far and fell off the ledge.
Ooh.
You know, 258. The runner appeared to be going as far as they could on those platforms. It's not that big a deal for the frames, though. I've only had that one race decided by frames. Yuna onto YI4.
Just run and hope you don't get hit by the spike balls.
Oh, it's not just run and hit and pray. There's a little bit. You have to make sure you're landing on the right parts of the platform. And you get a fish jump at the end. It's all about dodging them too, because if you spin jump, you're very likely to land on a platform before you actually hit the spike ball's hitbox, at which point your spin jump has already ended.
Yeah, I've learned not to do this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of spin jumping at all in this level, at least when it comes to the spike ball platforms. I feel like it gives a false sense of security. Yuna jumping awfully close to that Koopa. I have more popcorn tonight.
Salted?
All the salt. I'm eating the salt so the runners don't have to. Jimmy jumping right onto the fence. Probably not intentionally, but does mean there's no risk of that Koopa. 78 door. Yuna 316 whistle. Let's see how Jimmy handles Iggy. No problems. That's what we like to see. Jimmy has that unfortunate spill in Yoshi's Island 3. No problems other than that, though.
It is YI3.
It is the level where you will probably get the most deaths on Yoshi's Island. Yuna managing to keep the cape and take off.
Fly.
A little bit of a long run there, but she got it. Can't tell if Yuna has a fast fly or not. Jimmy with a little longer wind up to get flight. He's gonna have to climb above the screen, but I think he's okay. Yeah, he's going up there.
Comes back down for a little bit, goes back up.
Just have to always be careful bopping fish with the cape and Donut Secret. Way too easy to get hit in this level and lose cape.
Those fish can be
Yuna's getting bonus stars. Proto's gonna be unhappy. Jimmy with the shell grab, nice. And immediately kicks in. But it takes out all the fish at least, so. I don't think he's holding down while he's swimming either. Swimming mechanics in this game are a little tricky. Along with the occasional hold Y, press X to do his cape spin while holding a shell.
pretty much.
No, easy ghost cows for Yuna. Not much to look at there. Yuna is going to just double back and get the easy P speed. Like she's flying relatively quickly through Donut Plains 3. Wahahahahas, thank you for the host. This is Cab, thank you for the popcorn. Alright. These levels, nothing too major going on. We're seeing safe strats.
Goes
really
for the same slow fly.
Yeah. Not really. It's more the takeoff, but yeah.
That Koopa was a little high.
Yeah. Jimmy was a little low. Everybody has a different way of avoiding the clouds in these levels. Most levels you can fly, there are clouds somewhere that you can land on. They really just get in your way. You land on them, you have to build up P speed again, and you lose about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, I tend to go up high in the beginning, low near the end.
Yeah. In takeoffs here, you're seeing a couple of runners that I don't know Jimmy's PB before the tournament. I know Yuna's was not sub 40 by any stretch of the imagination, and now she is at 37. So we have 2 runners here who have probably had quite a bit of improvement as the tournament has gone on. But I would agree with them in saving things like the fast takeoff in Donut Plains 3 until much later in a speedrunning career for this game.
Good with the springboard.
It does have the springboard. Yuna is a force to be reckoned with right now, I think.
That's one thing I need to... But then again,
So your mic's cutting out a little bit there. But Yuna does have a great Morton kill. Jimmy's now going for the Morton fly. He took a little bit too tight of a turn there. So I want to see what Jimmy does here if he tries to fly up with the springboard. He's grabbing it and he's running back and forth. Got it. Saw Yuna practicing that earlier. She got hit by the dry bones when she had to do that. Or even with the practice cart before a race, try and practice every level. Whew, dangerous kick of the springboard. It's a little lucky it landed where it did instead of dropping into the spikes where he wouldn't be able to use it. But that will save him about a second. He's going for the swag cape grab. JimmyNintendo, of course, on the Japanese cart, so he does not have Freedom Cape in the next level. Yuna with pretty much a perfect Vanilla Dome 1. She hasn't really been that far off from optimal in this whole race, has she? I mean, she's not cutting 34, I'm guessing, anytime soon, but this pace is pretty good. Nice, solid Vanilla Secret 1 fly. Yuna is just utterly destroying this race. I fear for my PB right now. See Jimmy in Vanilla Dome 1. Both runners, I think, went full speed into the Buzzy Beetles. He doesn't get the flight up. He goes straight to the backup, though. He's up. Gets the vine for safety along the way. Good job. Alright, Jimmy into Vanilla Secret 1. Yuna's flying through Vanilla Secret 2, no problem. Wait. Oh! I think what happened there, that was the same thing as the Morton fly problem. When you're doing these spin flies and vertical levels, you have to make sure you have enough room to come swinging back to the side to regain your P-speed, so when you hit the ground, you are still running at full speed and can take off again immediately. He landed much too fast and was not able to fly again. LinkDead, or one of the other real pros, can easily describe that takeoff meter mechanic faster, but it's basically, at the end of the day, the short version is it prevents you from flying 2 or 3 times in a row in rapid succession.
With the dolphins.
Yuna, did she get picked up by one of the dolphins at the end? Because
no, he almost got picked up.
Ah. Going just a little too far and landing on the pipe there. Either way, she's now in Vanilla Fort. Jimmy wrapping up Vanilla Secret 2. Almost forgot what level he was in, but Vanilla Secret 3 doesn't have vertical scroll. This is kind of the halftime downtime in the race. What do you think so far, Conster?
It's looking good. Anything can happen. There is always Castle 5.
Always the Roy fly. No race begins until Roy's castle.
The race starts at Roy. The race starts and ends.
It doesn't end there, but ends with Wendy, Mrs. Cabs chiming in the background. You have Mortons and Ludwigs early on. That can kind of give you a little bit of a buffer. Slice Mage, thank you for the host. Wahahahahas is asking what the PBs are. I believe we have Yuna with a 37 and a very iffy Reznor here. JimmyNintendo splits indicate a 39-47. Yuna's 37 is a high 37. I have it in the race channel. Reznor is down for Yuna. 37-43 for Yuna is the PB. I believe that was in the previous race. That's an SRL PB, admittedly. It's possible she's gone lower.
Everybody's spamming the boo-boos in chat. Of course. Epic Barbridge 1.
Yes.
I'll scroll. Nothing they talk about. Just don't die.
Everybody keeps saying there's nothing to talk about, but keep an eye on what's going on here. You have to keep the platforms level. You can't stand on these great platforms. We've seen a couple of racers fall by standing on those platforms too long.
Make sure you bounce off the Koopas.
The Koopa jumps, you know, they look easy, right? And to most of the long-time runners, they are. But, you know, every now and again, someone will miss a stump.
Yeah, in my race, I completely whiffed the first Koopa bounce.
Yeah, I mean, it's way too easy to do.
I jumped too short.
Excuse me, I need some water here. The bad thing about popcorn is you end up with kernels stuck in your throat. It's disgusting,
Oh,
I know.
God.
Now that's part of the race commentary, and everyone's gonna hate me.
Everybody get your salt ready.
Yuna's RTA PB is a 36-32. Nice. Yeah, like Jimmy right now is taking these jumps little close. He's going up against the edge of the screen. I mean, those are all really close and kind of dangerous. Although, as Author Blue says, do everything you can to make this race exciting. He has a shell. Oh, he got rid of it. There's those clouds I was talking about. Yuna's trying to build up some P-speed again. She got it. Jimmy grabs the 1-up.
Goes for the 1-up.
What's up, Tyler? Darby, and I'm not answering that question.
The answer to all Darbian's questions are Darbian's game.
That's actually very true. Agreed not to talk about the answer, Darbian. Well, Yuna is through to Ludwig's castle. Ludwig. Room 1's usually pretty safe, but it's very easy to get hit there. She still has the flower, though. She doesn't go for the backup shroom. I don't know why people keep not getting that. Jump very close there. It's been said before, this is not a terrible level to lose cape in. You lose some time in this room from the optimal strats, but as long as you have that the fire to kill Ludwig with, you're mostly okay. You does need to be a little more careful with the jumps on the fences here. That was dangerous. Just to make sure she doesn't lose the fire. Cape is waiting for her in the roulette block in the middle of Forest 1. Jimmy entering Ludwig's castle as well. In room 2. He's taking it nice and slow. Not rushing. Going underneath the Potibos, though. Good job. Kind of step 1 to getting faster in that room is just go under them even if you're not flying. It's pretty easy to do. It's part of the Crouch to 5K program. So Jimmy also has fire. Short work of Ludwig. Yuna now, I don't think she has a good P-speed strat for this level from the looks of it. But she's not stopping either. Don't need that spring. Looks like there was a little casual play going on there, but nothing too serious. More important to get through the level. Gets the lag reduction shell.
So what?
Going a little too far here.
Oh.
Oh,
Almost losing Cape and Yoshi.
that was
Thought
dangerous,
Ludwig
but
go for both of these guys.
she went with it. The jitters here are real.
How'd Ludwig go?
Ludwig for Jimmy was nice and easy. He took it a little slow in the middle room, but he nailed it. Oh no, he takes off too late after keeping Cape the whole time in Ludwig's castle. He'll get to no Cape Force 1 as well. Yuna was nailing hard clip in practice. Like, it was that easy multiple times in a row. Easy every time. Yuna not going to even bother trying to grab that ice block again.
Know what can happen.
Jimmy, before the race, also said he was he's watched a few of the race commentaries and has heard me say to everybody, If you lose P-Speed, grab a green shell, clear out the Wigglers, don't fight the Hammer Brother. You don't want to get involved with him. So you got to see him executing on that there. If he can get the first try clip and grab the ice block, he's got a decent amount of time to catch up here. He's not
we all know
behind
what's gonna happen if you.
He went a little too late there. Oof. He's gonna go straight to easy clip after that. Sometimes it's hard to line up falling around those fish, and he basically tried to stomp the Cheep Cheep. Race isn't over yet.
The race has just begun.
That Goomba knocking out the Chuck, that was actually kind of funny. Alright, now he's definitely holding down. This time Jimmy's definitely holding down to stay beneath the ground, out of bounds. And avoid the Cheep Cheeps. So again, killing some of these fish here. Oof.
Ooh.
You got the backup fire though. Yuna with Royfly here. Ooh.
Got the dive, and she's good.
Oh, man. That was actually really good, but it was really scary looking. Oh my god, Yuna, please. That Royfly. Jimmy going back to Butterbridge 2 to reclaim a cape. Yuna bopping Roy, whistles at 21:32. She was really close to taking a bath. She was really close to getting spiked. That act there...
It seems like she almost fell off, too.
That act with the P-switch at the end, like, when you're throwing items and cape spinning while you're flying, and that can happen, you slide, you never come out of the parachute animation sometimes. It's really easy to panic when that happens. That's also why, if you don't know what you're doing, don't even try to fly. In Butterbridge 1, you can get caught in that animation there too, and it's just ugly. Even got Mrs. Cab saying, I believe fortune favors the bold now. Always go for the strats because fortune favors the bold.
Now it's time for Royfly for Jimmy.
Jimmy's Royfly. Let's get this, Jimmy. He came up just a little too early. It is really hard.
He took a bath with the ravioli.
Yeah. It's hard early on to get the timing down right so that you can just pull up at the last minute and not take a bath. Just came out of it too soon.
I know in my first match, it took me 5 attempts.
After the first few, just take the ride. Yuna flying over Chocolate Ghost House. That cape cancel was coming. Managed to dance between all of those Eries and not lose cape. Let's see. She doubles back and does the spin fly strat. No boo bounce. Jimmy on the second attempt does get Royfly. Flying through the spike room now. See, kicking the shell early in the air is one of the things that can kind of trigger getting caught in the flight animations. This time Roy does go down. An unfortunate time loss.
For Chocolate Yoshi?
Nope. It's an unfortunate time loss for Jimmy. He was green through Forest 2. And he's now a minute behind his splits. Everybody in chat right now is kind of saying Yuna's got this in the bag. And admittedly, it is Yuna's race to lose. But there have been a few races where somebody has a race of a lead of a few minutes, and then Chocolate Secret happens. And then Wendy's Castle happens. And then someone walks all the way
And
back to
then
Butter Bridge
Bob
2 to get a
Ford
cape.
happens.
And
Last night with Slice, Bob Ford. Like he had it after Kakusha spent like I have no idea how many attempts he spent.
that was Wendy's
get
Castle
hard
when he
play.
lost that race. There were a few things in last night's race that were pretty interesting. I mean, there was an early lead because of Morton Fly, but then Slice caught all the way back up because Kakusho insisted on getting hard clip, and it took him like 20 attempts.
You ever highlight that or?
I mean, we have the whole race highlighted. Slice is saying what happened in Wendy's was he got a frame-perfect jump that did not trigger flight. That's the piece I would have to actually see what happened with. But that would make some sense for just not getting a jump. I believe we just got quality options.
Quality options. Best hiccup that there is.
Oh, Jimmy, no!
Oh.
And he hit select! At this point, I would recommend going back to Chocolate Island 1 to grab the mushroom out of the bushes at the beginning of the stage to get a cape in the ghost house as he's passing through. But he's gonna go. This is a level where cape is still useful, so I definitely would have... I would go for getting the cape in this level, just for that. Wendy dancing through... Yuna dancing through Wendy's spikes. Jimmy in a little bit of a predicament there. Jimmy is taking a little slow here. This is a little dangerous because these Eries tend to respawn from both sides. Wendy not getting... Yuna not getting the cycle skip. I don't know why Yuna's name is now Wendy. Jimmy trying to dodge the last boo in the laser because it can kill Mario. Guiding the blocks all the way over.
Is it always the last boo or any of them?
It's any of them. Yuna, I believe, just had the 3-cycle Wendy. Yuna's castle confirmed. Yep. Jimmy's gonna keep pushing ahead because fortune does favor the bold. And he will get the chocolate Yoshi. He needs a power-up of some variety, so this is actually not a terrible idea. This will give him an extra hit in the Chuck Room. The only thing is it means he can't pick up the blocks either. Those blocks are pretty useful for small Mario taking out the Chucks. After that early scare, it's like Jimmy decided to... Not sure where I was going with this. Early scare, Jimmy took it kind of slow. He's thinking about this. That was risky. That was risky because if he did it at the wrong time, he could have. He could have died. Yeah, he might have Yoshi ditched directly into a baseball. Concert, you want to say it or should I?
You go ahead.
Fortune did favor the bold. Yuna does not get a boo ring despawn in the Ghost Ship. Yuna's name is now Ghost Ship. She's in Yuna's ship.
Yuna's ship.
She's
Yuna's
damage
castle.
boosting through there. Nice. Jimmy getting a little bit of bad football luck. Gets to midway though. Now Wendy versus Chuck. My apologies for being bad at everything. Yuna's coming. She gets a safety star. She doesn't need it. Orb!
Orb!
Jimmy is going with some spin jumps. Jumps out to the second platform. It's a little safety strat there, and I mean it's faster anyway. Jump out to the second of those yellow platforms for the first group. Makes it so they stop sinking a little later, so you get a little extra time. See Yuna's Vob 1. Jimmy gets all the way through Chocolate Secret.
These moles with the swag sunglasses.
We're getting close to the point where I'm going to have to say Yuna thinks she's not good at this game and she's dead wrong. I'm being told not to jinx. JimmyNintendo
for the second cape.
Entering Yuna's castle. That one was intentional. Not set up for the cycle skip. That's okay. Yuna with the Vob 2 fly.
An okay first room. Let's see how he does here.
Yuna does not have splits up. She only has a timer. I would have to assume that she's on PB pace right now, though. I mean, or at least very close to it. Oh no. Okay, she got it. Jimmy's standing to the left at first, Wendy spawning a little bit to the right. Little close on those stomping windows. I think that damage was worth it to make sure you get that hit on Wendy. Fire's not really useful right now anyway. He had a backup power up. He's gonna get a cape. Yuna going for the slide to get early pipe, doesn't quite get it. Loses all of, what, 1 second? Alright, so Yuna entering the fort. I think the fact that she's taking the step there before pushing L is my fault. That's entirely a little mechanic on my part, because most people say hold L until you see the timer freeze way too long. I like to kind of go by Mario's animation freezing. I get a visual cue. Wendy, I'm still saying it. Yuna with the P-speed. That's a little late.
Ooh!
Does she have a backup cape?
She lost it.
Oh, because she got hit, yeah. Gonna go for it. Nice! Almost runs too far. JimmyNintendo taking a few too many hits, having trouble with the Boo Cloud. No despawn. The R strat here, as long as he swims up fast enough, spawn that second Boo ring, and by the time he gets up there, it will be in perfect position for him to just go right through. Swimming way too high, though. And he gets the fort on the second attempt.
Decides not to go for the quick restore.
I would not go for it here either.
Pretty aggressive restore.
Jimmy lands on the block for the star. Oh my! Oh god! What is going on? Orb!
What's with the shell?
Jimmy lands on the question mark block to get the safety star and just decides he doesn't have enough time and goes. He proceeds to fall down right next to a spiked ball the entire time, Yuna running into a ninja in the dark room. And that was kind of funny. He lands on the Koopa and bounces over the spike ball. I don't know if he would have been hit or not, but he wasn't hit either. Anyway. Yuna's nerves, I think, finally caught up to her, so goodbye PV, but she's still in excellent position to win this race. JimmyNintendo taking the bottom route without a cape in Vob 1. He's going to take the ice block and pop them all with it. I never really thought to do that until I saw a few of the earlier races do that. Don't know if Yuna does ball skip. I'm gonna wait until cycle 2 to decide whether or not that hit into the propeller was intentional or not. Even if you're going for the no cape ball skip, you should still keep that first Mecha Koopa. And you basically use it to hit Bowser as soon as you can when he tosses the next Mecha Koopa out. Nintendo protecting that mushroom with a shell, knocking out the multicultural shell. I don't know who started calling it that, but I'm going to go with it. Yuna had cat interference. Gotta give the cat what for. Yuna gets the ball skip, loses the power-up. Nintendo can't get into the maze with the cape fly, with the spin fly. Get the cycle skip here. It's not going to matter though. He's not going to go. JimmyNintendo has splits on every level. He's already a minute 30 behind his PB right now. A lot of that is Roy's Castle, so I'm not too worried about it. Tosses up that Mecha Koopa a little too early. I think we're going to see a race PB here above about 20 seconds though. Hopefully that Mecha Koopa on the right lands in play. It stays in. Oh, she misses. Had 2 misses in phase 3 here, eating into this race PB. Yuna bopping Bowser, 37-35 on the stream. RaceBot has a 37-34, a 9-second race PB. Nintendo's still looking to finish strong though. Hopefully Yuna will forget to hold up for claps and Jimmy can make a comeback.
Hear me?
Barely.
I don't know what happened, but something happened. It just knocked out my mic and everything.
Your microphone has been cutting out a little bit. You might have either it's the sound card screwing up or your voice recognition in TeamSpeak might be a little low. Jimmy doesn't go for P-Speed through this room. It's surprising how much time you can save with that really simple P-Speed strat. Too late. Is really easy.
I also do have the mic set a little bit away from me so it doesn't catch the audio coming from my speakers.
Taking a look at what's going on the other side, Panda Bear 314 in the other race says entering back door. I believe our other racer in the other matchup is Def. Def is no longer in IRC, so I'm not sure what's going on there. The last message was Ludwig down.
Yikes.
Yuna, congratulations on the win.
Are you in the loser bracket or still in the winner side?
This was in the losers bracket. Ooh, Jimmy. Jimmy's got to just take a deep breath here. Right now, if he knows Yuna finished, he's definitely probably a little mixed emotions at the moment. You just got to relax, finish this race.
Oh!
I'm at 40-22 on his stream right now, Conster.
40-27.
Okay. Oh, that cat. So with the win, Yuna will move on to play Slice Mage. Slice Mage is also here in chat. I expect to see challenges and threats in chat for the rest of the evening. That was a really long way to run. Jimmy's thinking about this. Okay, that time the timing looked good. And we have a very aggressive Reznor. Stay away from that fire. Don't even want to play around with that. Woo! Yuna, you were just destroying this game for a really long time. Jimmy entering the dark room. Gets the disco ball.
Goes for lights.
Running under that ninja is a little scary. I'm not sure I knew stomping the ninjas while holding a Mecha Koopa meant you just killed the Mecha Koopa. Well, you know, you hit them with that instead of stomping them. I would have probably ran into the lava thinking I was going to bounce off of them. Alright, phase 1 down. So, on the calendar at least, I think this is the last match, unless they added it. But I believe we might get a 10 o'clock race later tonight. That would be the one between Barn Owl and Lack Attack. Barn Owl, a hardened veteran of this game. Lack Attack, almost like Yuna, a newcomer to the game and is dominating it. I think he already has a 34.
And when did he pick this game up?
He had a tutoring session with Author Blues a day or two, or the weekend before the PBs for seeding were due. And that's when he picked up the game. At 11 o'clock now, according to Nick J, there's a Mario All-Stars race going on right now, which is probably a lot of fun, but we're watching this tournament instead. That All-Stars race starting. Bowser is bopped. Jimmy finishes with a 43-57. $43.58 according to RaceBot. Still,
I'll be right back. I'm gonna reboot my.
not a bad run from JimmyNintendo. Just ran into some bad luck in the Roy's Castle area. He had some bad luck in the fort. Either way, not a bad run at all. Is JimmyNintendo's second loss though, so We hope he sticks around the Mario World community a little while and keeps getting better. Yuna again moving on to play Slice Mage. So that is it for now. Looking around. Well, there is that race between
user in your channel timed out.
Barnell and Lack Attack later tonight. He's not playing Mario World at the moment, but we are going to go and bother Lack Attack. As always, hashtag SMW crew. Thanks everyone for dropping in. Thanks for supporting these races. Thanks for supporting the tournament. Don't forget we have the mystery tournament coming up. Final Fantasy IV tournament I think is still going on. And yeah, don't lose Cape.